Hi guys, my name is Cindy. On Instagram, I'm cindy.nyc. Some of you already know me, some of you don't. The purpose of this video is to kind of give some feedback and some review on Bodiez. So as you all know, I had my first surgery January 10th, 2017. A little background on my first surgery. I had a gastric sleeve 14 months prior to me going to Bodiez. For that surgery, I went here in the States. I had that done, and then I was weighing, when I saw the doctor, over 320 pounds. I lost 60 to 70 pounds by myself, which I did gym, eating right and everything, and I still had a lot of weight to lose, which is the reason why I went the route of a gastric sleeve. A gastric sleeve is where they cut 80% of your stomach, and then they leave you with that 20%. And I do recommend it for other people who have tried a lot of things and weren't able to lose weight. I know a lot of people are against a gastric sleeve. I was one of those. I said I could work out, I could do everything, but I was so overweight. Like I said, the last time I weighed myself, I was 320. And I really believe I was getting to the 400 pound mark. So it's one of the reasons why I said, you know what, once they told me you're pre-diabetic is when I made the decision to change everything around. So 14 months after I lost all this weight, I was 190. And my doctor said, you have all this loose skin. So as you know, you lose weight pretty fast. I was going to the gym while I was losing weight once the doctor gave me the okay. Of course, first they have you do little by little, and then they have you go heavy. And I started doing heavy lifting, things like that. But of course, your skin elasticity doesn't go back. So I had a lot of skin that was hanging and things like that. And I made the decision to go with Bodiez. When I first heard about Bodiez, of course, there's good things, there's bad things, you hear all this stuff. I decided to do my own research. I went across through Bella Maid's page, so Bella Maid 17, and I'm from New York, so we kind of real, we rugged, we get to the point, and I loved her. Like, D was like my number one. The reason why I picked Bodiez, I'm gonna tell you real, because of D, because of the realness that she brought. Like, that's one of the reasons why I went with her. She didn't go around the bush. She gave you real things. She would always do the lives. I was on every single live since I booked my surgery with her. Every single live took in consideration everything she said. So I did all my research before, and finally I made the decision. I booked with her. I did everything by the book, and she will tell you that I was not playing around. If it said, what was your age, how much you weigh, send me your pictures, this is how I want your pictures, I did exactly what she said. So finally, I decided to do that. I sent her my pictures. I had gone to other plastic surgeons, and they had already told me, you know what, you don't need one surgery, you need several. There's a lot of extra skin that we have to remove. Bella Maid 17, you know, send me my info. And I said, you know what, I'm going to make the appointment. I'm going to book. I booked my surgery. At first, I had booked it for December of 2016. It had to change. I was anemic, and I knew I was. So I worked myself up. I asked my primary care doctor, you know what, I need a CBC done. Because I'm going to have surgery, my hemoglobin needs to be 12 or higher. I wanted higher than 12, just because I knew I was going to lose a lot of blood once I had surgery. So the doctor said, you know what, you're at 11.7, and my surgery was in 2 months, and I tried to get it up. Like I said, I was anemic before, so I knew it was going to be an issue, and I wanted to go into surgery correct. So I did my CBC again after getting iron infusion and things like that by my doctor. And I took my vitamins, I did everything, and it wasn't up to where it needed to be. So Then I contacted Bella Maid again, and I asked her if I can change my surgery to January. There was no issue. It was okay. Boom. I changed it January 10th. When I actually went to TJ, so I was there the day before, which was on the 9th. I had booked a hotel. So I booked a hotel for 7 days that I was going to be there even after my surgery because I knew I was going to get several things done. First surgery, January 10th, I had tummy tuck, which was an extended tummy tuck, breast augmentation, BBL, and lipo. I got to the hotel, and right away I had a nurse come in from their office. She drew my blood and said, you know what, since you're coming a day before, we're going to have all your blood work drawn today. Make sure that by tomorrow everything is set and ready for you to go once you get into the office. I said, perfect. Jackie was one of the girls. I was there with the nurse when they drew my blood, and Jackie was amazing. Like, she's Gladys's assistant, and she was like, hey, are you guys hungry? Let's go get something to eat. Let's go get some tacos. The day of the surgery came, January 10th. I met my doctor. At first glance, the facility was amazing. Where I went, where I had surgery, it was all glass. It was beautiful. I met Gladys, and we talked about the surgery. We did paperwork. We signed paperwork. Everything was good. It's like if you have surgery here. So there's a lot of paperwork that you have to sign, which is the same as we sign here. So it's nothing different. It's all the same. When I met my doctor, I was happy. I had an EKG. I did all my pre-op stuff, and then you meet your doctor. You meet the doctor, and then he gets you all ready for surgery. So he does his markings is what he does. So I met the doctor, and I was excited, and we talked about my body. For the first time in my life, I wasn't ashamed to take my clothes off because I had so much extra skin, because I knew he was going to try to fix me, and I was excited. So I was there. I took off my clothes. He did my markings, and one thing that I liked about him, and a lot of people will not say, is he was very realistic with me. And I have got that before with other people. He straight up told me from when he saw me take off my clothes, he said, Mija, you went through weight loss and you have a lot of extra skin. And I said, yes, I know that, doctor. He said, so I'm going to try to do my best. He's like, we have to do an extended tummy tuck. And this is how it is. He explained the whole procedure to me. And he told me, you have a lot of extra skin. It's not that you have fat, it's just skin. So I'm going to try to lipo as much as I can, and I'm going to try to transfer as much as I can. He's like, realistically, you're looking at 3 to 4 surgeries to get you to a perfect Barbie. I went into surgery. My surgery was about 5 to 6 hours. They removed about almost 11 pounds of just extra skin from my extended tummy tuck. The aftercare was amazing. When I say amazing, I mean amazing. The nurses, right from when I woke up, the nurses went and checked on me every 5-10 minutes. Like, they were on it. Like, there was no, oh, nurse, where are you? No. Once I woke up, she was right in my face. Like, are you okay? Are you in pain? Do you need pain medication? What can we do? What can we make you feel better? So I just felt at ease, you know? I'm so blessed that even when I went into the surgery room, anesthesiologist was like, how are you? Talking to me, making me feel at ease. The nurses, the doctors, everything was so sanitary. It was ridiculous on how it was, like, ridiculous. Like, I fell in love with the whole team. And I remember that the doctor was in there, and they put my anesthesia, and I was like, I'm about to be out. I have one request. So I grabbed his hand, and he looked at me, and he said, Mija, are you okay? And I said, yes, doctor. In English, I told him, I know you said I don't have a lot of fat, but if there's any fat, can you please put it in my hips? I want to have some type of hips. And he laughed, and he said, okay, I'll see what I can do. So that was the last thing that I remember when I went out. And I was so blessed because When I came back into surgery, I saw the doctor and he told me, I did what you told me before you went out. You didn't have a lot of fat that I could transfer, but I try to transfer as much as I can. I did a little bit more of your hips, and I did put a little in your ass, or your butt. I'm sorry, he didn't say ass, but I put in your behind a little bit, but I did more your hips so we can contour a little bit. So I was happy. You know, the nurses came in the morning, and I took a shower. They got me all ready. I was ready to go to. They made sure that I was fine. History of kidney stones. And when I was there, my urine was a little bit dark, and everybody was alarmed. The nurses and everybody, they said, we can't let you go until your urine is like light, and we get it to like a clear. So they gave me antibiotics for that, and, kind of like clear me up. And it finally did, and that's when they released me. They didn't let me go before that. So I was there a little bit longer than other people, and I was very grateful because I know the nurse was like, listen, because of your history and everything else, we're not alarmed, but we want to make sure that everything is fine. They ran some tests, and then they let me go. So I was very blessed that they took that extra step and that extra care, and I was given that. And they never once did they ever say, hey, you know what, you have to pay an extra this because we gave you antibiotic. You know what, we have to give you this because we had to give you IV fluids again, to get that out of your body, so on and so forth. Never. They never asked me for anything. Once I went home, Gladys had told me that every day since I was there in the hotel, I was going to get a nurse. So every day that I was at the hotel, a nurse came out. She cleaned me up. She gave me my massage. She took me a shower. She would even go to the point where she would want to feed me. I was so in love with her, and I'm so grateful with her. To this day, I keep in contact with that nurse because I was so blessed. I felt so blessed to have her and part of my journey. They would walk me in they would take me out in the wheelchair and walk me around the hotel. She would give me my walker because I did take a walker, kind of like to walk, because when you have your tummy tuck and they do that corset, you kind of are slouched, so you need the walker helped me walk. So the nurses were walking with me every day. They were just there from like 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock at night. I was never charged by any of them. This was all free from Bodiez that they gave this to me. And I was super grateful. Like 7 days of a nurse coming out, that's amazing. My second surgery was July 6th, 2017. So that was 6 months after my first one. 2 weeks before that, I had to have kidney surgery. They put a stent in after they laser out your kidney stone. So I had a kidney stone that was stuck. They had to laser it out, and they put a stent in for a couple days. And once the stent came out, all the debris from what they lasered had already came out. I talked to my urologist, which is my kidney doctor. He said that I would be fine to go through my second surgery. So like I said, my second surgery was July 6th, 2017, 6 months after, which is what the doctor said would be the best thing to wait, 6 months, in order to have any liposuction or any fat transfer. And I went the day before to have surgery, and I did stay at the hotel. This time I didn't stay for a week because it was just lipo BBL, so I stayed for about 3 days. In those 3 days, the nurse did come out as well and took care of me. When I went into surgery, the same thing. They run your blood work, make sure that you're good. They do EKG and make sure that you're good. And just so you know, while I was there in my second surgery, there was actually 3 girls before me, or there was several girls there. And I know several of them were sent home because their hemoglobin was too low. So I know some people say, oh, they just do surgery, they don't know what they're doing, or it is so legit. Like, if you're not at the Met requirement, she does not care. Gladys is not going to tell, oh, we'll do the surgery anyways. She's going to tell you, we're not going to do your surgery. We're going to have to reschedule you because it's life-threatening for you, and we're just not going to do it. We'll reschedule you. Everything is fine. And she will send you home. I know this for a fact because I was there and she sent several girls home. I was one of the lucky ones that didn't get sent home. And my surgery sister was there as well. She was getting a breast augmentation. She's gorgeous. Surgery post-op is her page on IG. And I remember after my surgery, me and her kept messaging. She's like, I'm in the room right next to you. And I was like, oh, I need to go down there. But after surgery, you are sore. So, like I said, I had my second surgery, lipo BBL. I woke up. I was perfectly fine. I didn't have any pain. I remember getting up to the restroom. The nurses make you walk around. It's one of the requirements. And I knew from my first surgery that walking around would like get me up and going. And I have a high pain tolerance, so I didn't need any medication. They do give you medication. They give you your antibiotics. They give you your pain pills. They give you all of that before you go. They give you instructions as well, so you can take home with you. And they let you know how to do with your drains. A lot of people have questions about the drains. The first time I had 2 drains on my first surgery. One was for my tummy tuck, and the second one was for the BBL. So they put it right in your back. That one came off 3 days after, and I made sure that I massaged in that area to kind of like bring all the liquid out, and I didn't have any issues. For my tummy tuck, that one stayed in 14 days, and I went to get it out with one of the nurses from Bodiez, and she removed my drain, and I remember she did a little mini massage, so that helped. For my second surgery, the same thing. I had 2 drains. And I know it was on a lipo BBL, but because I had a tummy tuck before, the doctor wanted me to have that extra drain, which I was okay with because I've had drains before and I had no issue. Going into surgery, I remember on my second time that the doctor went in there after they're prepping me and right before they put my anesthesia. And the same anesthesiologist was there, and he was like, I remember you when you first came. You look amazing, so on and so forth. So we're in there chit-chatting, and the doctor walks in, and he tells me, I'm the one that's going to do your surgery. I just want you to know it's still me. It's not anybody else. And he laughed about it. And so even leaving the facility, the nurses are amazing. I know a lot of people want to know, oh my God, how is it? How's the facilities? And every facility, I've been in 2 of their facilities, and both of them, the nurses are amazing. I had no complaints. From the IV to drawing my blood, to helping me shower, to getting me on the bed, to putting my shoes on, to putting my socks on. The care that they give you is just amazing. I've had several surgeries here in the States, and I've had some in Mexico. And sometimes when you go here in the States, and even when you're just going to the urgent care or to the ER, the nurses sometimes have an attitude. They talk to you bad, or they give you some kind of like, in Tijuana, in Mexico, where I didn't get nothing from them. Not even when they had to put on my socks or my shoes. Not because I asked them to, because that's what they wanted to do. Even them brushing my hair. Like, they didn't have to do none of that. Even the nurses, they brushed my hair when they took me a shower, when they sat me down if I felt dizzy. And they told me, hey, let me get you something to eat. Let me bring you this. Let me bring you that. Going into my room, the nurse told me, look, I'm going to bother you. You're going to hate me by the end of the night because I'm going to be in your room every 10 minutes. I want to make sure that you're fine, that you don't have any pain, that, your IV's running. I want to make sure that you're 100% good. So that to me, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, the care that you get is ridiculously amazing. So I was very grateful. Even when I last left on my next surgery, the doctor was waiting for me at the door, making sure that he said bye. And if you need anything, please contact us, so on and so forth. So I was very grateful for everything. A lot of people have questions about passing the border. I didn't have any issues passing the border. They'll give you a medical pass, or depending on the day, sometimes it's easier just to go straight through. Another question that I get a lot is about massages. If you're gonna have surgery, you need to make sure that you have money for your post-op massages. Lymphatic massages are very important in any type of surgery that you get. So even if you get lipo BBL, lipo, you could get fibrosis, so you need your massages. Even when I had my first surgery, I remember I had to get, sometimes I'm so extra that I had to go twice in 1 week to get massages. And, you know, massages can run $60 to $90. It just depends where you're located. Here in Bakersfield, I went to Del Eden. It's on Chester Place, and her name is Nelly. And she was amazing. She worked with a lot of the Bella dolls in Bakersfield. So I made sure that everybody who had surgery would go to her, because she knew how to do the lymphatic massages. And there's not a lot of people here in Bakersfield who do them. And she was one of them, and she did my massages for both my surgeries. And I found her through another Bella doll that had surgery with Bella Bodiez too. And like I said, she's amazing. If you guys have any questions about her, just let me know, and I will send you over to her for the massages. I do not get anything from referring somebody over in case somebody's questioning, why are you telling her? I don't get anything of it. The only reason I'm saying, hey, refer you over, is because she took care of me and I loved her. Okay? So before anybody says any negative feedback, believe me, I don't get nothing for referring you over. Same thing with Bella Bodiez. I don't get a free surgery or anything like that because I'm giving this review, or because I've referred any other girls, because I've referred several girls, and several girls have had surgery with them already. And they're perfectly fine. When they want to do their review, they will be able to do reviews. But I will tell you, I've made over a handful of girls, and they came out perfectly fine. Of course, there is risk to every surgery. And the doctor does give you the rundown of the risk. Some of us, like myself, knew the risk before going into surgery. So I know one of the risks the doctor did tell me was seromas. And he told me, because he was for my extended tummy tuck, he told me because he was removing so much fat, it could be to develop a seroma. He said, it's common, but it doesn't mean that it will happen to you, but it could. If it does, let us know. And usually with the seroma, they go in with a syringe and they pull it out. They pull the liquid that's in your stomach out. It's always good to kind of help our other surgery sisters, or even girls that want to have surgery that are just thinking about it and not have that courage, you know, for us to kind of like help them out and let them know, hey, it's going to be okay. Me, for one, I was always against plastic surgery when I was younger. Now I can't stop. Like, now I have to go back for more. I am planning another surgery, and I will be going back with Bella Bodiez for that surgery. And right now I'm thinking 2020 will probably be my next surgery. Right now I'm just working out at the gym every day. I'm trying to keep tone, because not because I had surgery I'm just letting go. No, I still work out. I still eat right. I still take my vitamins. And if you guys have any questions that I haven't answered here, please feel free to direct message me. But like I said, my review for Bella Bodiez was amazing. I don't have anything negative to say. Everything I have is positive. I have love for every single Bella Bodiez team. Her team is freaking amazing. And if you see and if you follow my journey, my before and after, you will see why I'm so grateful with her. I remember the first time I had surgery, January 10th. It was January 11th, and I remember the nurse took my bands off and said, we're going to put your faja on. I said, okay, perfect. She thought, we're going to take you a bath and do all this. And she, you know, she cut everything through, and I was standing up. And it was the first time that I saw myself in the mirror. And I remember there's this huge cut, you know, you can barely see it, but you could see it, you know, and you have these drains on you. But I remember starting to cry, and she was like, well, why are you crying? I know it doesn't look right now, but you're amazing. And I said, I'm crying because I've never been able, I've always had this flap. And I'm so happy for Bella Bodiez. I did get a little bit emotional, and it's okay. Like I said, I only have great things to say about Bella Bodiez, and I had an awesome experience. If I had to rate them from 1 to 10, I would definitely rate them an 11. Just because I had awesome nurses. The team is amazing, and I was so blessed. And I, to this day, anytime they have an event, as you can see, I have a Cali Curves shirt. And this was given to me on the first event that they had, which was a couple months after I had surgery. And anytime that Bella Bodiez or Cali Curves or the Happy Booty Pillow, because that's another must, the Happy Booty Pillow, ladies. If you don't have it and you're going to get a BBL, please, please, they're on my page. Go on my page, and it's Happy Booty Pillow, best pillow ever, okay? I have two because I have one at work and I have one at home. So I make sure that I use it. The one at work, I take to work, I bring back, I put it in my car because I still drive with it. Recommended for you to have for at least 4 to 6 weeks after surgery. That's how you should be sitting. I try to take care of mine as much as I can. So I just pretty much sit on my knees and just laid on my bed, or, on my couch. I would be on my knees and just laying like this on my couch. I try to take care of my booty as much as I can. And like I said, the Happy Booty Pillow has that. They also have the wedge and the lumbar, which I do have as well, and I use that after surgery as well. So I do have the Happy Booty Pillow, and I do have the lumbar and the wedge. And like I said, they both help for when you have lipo BBL. Cali Curves is the one where I get my fajas. And I know a lot of you guys think like you can, oh, well, I can go anywhere else. Yeah, that's fine. You can go anywhere else. I decided to go with Cali Curves, not only because Bella Maid referred all of us and said, you know what, they're one of the people that she usually gets. So she gives such a good reference about them. I decided to try them out. Love the fajas. Not only that, customer service that they have, all the girls, amazing. So when you go there, the girls will tell you, what are you looking for? If you're going to have surgery, this is the stage 1 that you're going to need. And then you need the stage 2. So, they know their fajas. So they'll tell you, this is what you need. This is the other one that you need. Oh, you're going to have lipo in your arms. So this is the one that's good for you. So on and so forth. Oh, you're going to have chin lipo. Well, we're going to get you the faja for the chin lipo, because they do have that as well. So Cali Curves has like a selection of many different ones. Now, if you're a girl that you don't want to have surgery, you just want to waist train and you just want to wear a faja, you're absolutely more than welcome to go there as well. The girls will also help you. I know I've got several other questions. If I'm missing something, like I said, DM me. I have a high pain tolerance, so I had no pain, not even on my first surgery, which was with the extended tummy tuck. I didn't take any pain medication. I remember the only thing that I took was my tea. So a lot of times you girls think, oh no, what is the tea gonna do? But I took the Arnica tea. It's Arnica. You can get it at Cali Curves. You can get it online. You can go to Walmart. They have it at Walmart. Any Mexican store that they have, you can go get it. It's called Arnica tea. I took that 2 months before my surgery. I started taking it. Once I had my surgery, I remember taking it throughout the whole day. That was my water all day. I had regular water, but I always had my tea. So even after surgery, even at work, a lot of the girls at work were like, what are you drinking? I'm like, I'm drinking my Arnica tea, like it helps with the swelling, and I would give them the rundown. It helped me a lot. I think that's the main thing that helped me with soreness, because I'm not going to say I had any pain. I had no pain. It was just soreness. The fact that you have a drain, it kind of like freaks other people out. I decided not to go out in the street with my drain, just because I did try, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. Like, oh my God, why is this lady walking around with a drain, you know, and, you know, has a little bit of blood and so on and so forth. And that would freak out a lot of people. It would freak out kids. So drains. A lot of people have questions about drains. Like, how do we clean them out, you know, so on and so forth. I did have pictures, and I did post pictures of what the drains look like, and they're kind of like a little balloon, sort of. When you're there, the nurses actually tell you how to clean them out, how to get them out, how to drain them out every day. Ever since my first surgery, I'm very extra. Like I said, I'm very extra. So I had a little notebook, and I would put the date and the time, and like what time, how much I drained out. So if I drained out 100, I would put 100. If I drained out 150, I would put a 150. So if I drained twice a day, I would put the date and the time and how much I drained out, and then the second date and time and how much I drained out. So I was very anal about that, because every time the nurse would text me and ask me, hey, you know, how are you doing? Can you take pictures of your drains? Can you take pictures, you know, of your tummy tuck? Can you take pictures of your boobs? You know, I always sent her pictures. I was always on top of it. And, you know, how much are you draining today? I already knew, because I would keep track of it. And it's easier for me, because some girls will say, oh, we'll just drain it out. But I would keep track of it, because I wanted to know, okay, today I'm draining more. Yesterday I was draining less. You know, usually when you get to your 14 days, you're draining less and you're draining more. You're not draining blood. You're draining less blood. All right, so I'm coming to the ending. I could have missed a couple questions maybe. Like I said, if you live in the Bakersfield area, I'm more than welcome to kind of like sit down, if you want to sit down and talk about my experience and how my surgery went. I know a lot of people are curious to see, oh, let me see your body and so on and so forth. So you're more than welcome. Direct message me, and I'll definitely do that for you, and we can get together. I'm not ashamed, and I'm more than happy to show you what Bella Bodiez did to me. Bye.